Alright, what's up Dragon Brood? We're going to be playing some vampires today, and we're going to be splashing a little bit of blue, and partly because as I started playing some vampires, I was messing around and trying to say like, what's the best version we can build? There's lots of new blue, red, black ones, but really, we didn't need all that many as it turns out, but you know what? We're still going to take the adventure because of Ob Nixilis. The card is still dumb, still really good, and it makes sense to play with a lot of the vampires. So yeah, let's go get into it and see how we do. If you're looking for awesome protective gear for your cards, be sure to check out shop.ultrapro.com/PowrDragn and use promo code PowrDragn to save 5%. And that's on everything on the site, including this month's Ocean Blue collection or anything else you decide to pick up. Now, before we get into deck lists, let me say this. I tried for about 3 hours all kinds of different combinations of new vampires. I used the 3 mana one that, you know, disc or put stuff in the graveyard and get you a creature and all that. Like I tried playing with Maestros Charm. I did all these different things, and honestly, all of them were bad for me. Like I'm sure other people are winning with them. I even went and did some research to try to see what other builds people were playing. I tried some of those, did not hit at all for me. So this is what I'm calling version 3 that I made significant changes from that we ended up playing with. And this actually does the best of what we had. So let's just start at the top. We've got 4 Blood Chief's Thirst. And this I think is very important because 1, it gets rid of Planeswalkers. 2, it's really easy and cheap to cast. And it's black, which we have more mana of than anything else. And honestly, randomly, you can use it to get rid of something like Catilda, which is protection from vampires randomly, so that's a thing. But yeah, really good card. We got to have it in here. We are playing 3 Strangle because I wanted some extra removal as well. However, I could easily be talked into Strangle being some other instant speed damage, or even being just like Infernal Grasp or whatever. So feel free to mess around with this slot if you want to. Then we have 4 Voldaren Epicure, and I'm going the full 4 negates. And I will tell you, I did experiment with this being like Disdainful Stroke and other things. And ultimately, I just came around to, I just want it to be negate. You know, if I play against some creature deck and I can't counter some big monster, like, so be it. I have removal, hopefully I draw it, right? But at some point, I think negates was just the answer. And a lot of games we win because you just are able to prevent the big sweeper or whatever, and that's all you really need. Voldaren Bloodcaster. This is one I think a lot of the vampire decks had gotten away from playing for a while, but I actually wanted to try it in this version because just being able to get down to your next best card with all of those blood tokens you're making is really good. And there's a lot of times you're able just to generate enough blood tokens that you do turn it into a 3/3 and then just start attacking with the extra bats. We've got 4 Blood Tithe Harvester. Super excited to play this card in this list. Obviously, it's good. It shows up everywhere else. We're back to playing 3 Nighthawk Scavenger. I wanted a little bit of life gain, but most importantly, I wanted the Death Touch on this. This is still really good against the mono-white aggro decks or the white-based aggro decks. It's good against the different Bard class decks. It's good against mono-green, right? It does a lot of different work in this deck, so we really like that a lot. Honestly, it's not even bad totally against the Runes players because they basically get one big attack with their Trampler, and then that's it. So if you can survive that, you usually come out pretty good on the other side. 3 Florian as another way to help us draw cards if we need it. We're going the full 4 Ob Nixilis, mostly because we have a 1 mana creature. We've got a handful of 2 mana things, so we could actually get this on 3 as 2/3/3 Ob Nixilis with not too much trouble, so it could be worth it. 2 Emberstorm Predators, another card that kind of just gives you some extended reach against some of those sweepers. Can remove stuff from graveyards, so we really like this card. It's a little slept on. You know, it's kind of missed its heyday, but it still fits in here. We are trying one of the new cards, the one Evelyn the Covetous, seeing if this swings any games for us one way or the other. I don't know if it will, but this card, in testing, it was okay, but I wanted to try at least get one of the new vampires into the deck, so we're going to see if it actually works out the way we want to. Then we're playing 1 Agadeem's Awakening, 2 Hive of the Eye Tyrant, 1 Swamp, 1 Den of the Bugbear, 1 Mountain, 2 Clearwater Pathway, 3 Shipwreck Marsh, 3 River Glide Pathway, 4 Blight Step, 2 Haunted Ridge, 2 Xander's Lounge, and 2 Voldaren Estate. And the reason I decided to go with Voldaren Estate is 1, it does clean up our mana just a little bit, and we don't have that many spells that need colored mana from it, but being able to make the blood tokens actually comes in handy for a few different things. So I wanted to actually have those in there. But otherwise, this is it. This is what we're going to go to war with. Y'all know the drill. We're going to play some games. At the end of the games, we'll talk about other cards we might want over other things that are in here, or if there's any problems. And then we'll have a card spotlight for you. Catch you on the other side. All right, let's keep it. I mean, we got all of our colors. Let's just see if we can do it. I mean, technically we need another black, but we do have Obnixilis, so it makes this still somewhat worthwhile. That's not a bad little pickup either. All right, what we got? You know what? Let's attack. Mostly because I'd rather get the opponent to spend the blue mana before we actually, like, play Obnixilis. And if they don't do anything, then so be it. Alright. Okay, I thought they might have been doing the thing where, like, maybe you're sitting behind a counter or Fading Hope or something, but does not appear to be the case. Eska. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and crack one of these for this, because we can't cast it anyway. That's not bad. So if we attack, we wouldn't have double red though. That plan doesn't do anything. So I guess we attack with flyer. Play Obnixilis. Sack this thing. We'll +1.
Defy me, and you'll lose everything.
We'll +1.
Your punishment is my entertainment.
And we'll put this into play tapped, and then we'll just see what the opponent does here. I mean, they got the 5 mana. Fight rigging. Okay, so we know what kind of deck it is now. Question is, will the opponent have enough time? Quite possible. Well, I don't know. We do have 4 in the air. Yep, you get to kill one of those. Because I definitely was not planning on a fight rigging.
No one beats me.
Which is funny because I almost made a deuter with this other one, and I opted not to, and it's probably going to come back to bite me in the butt if we don't end up winning this.
By coin or carnage, tribute is owed.
We'll attack. And here's something interesting, that if this dies, we'll end up with 5 blood tokens. So yeah, that seems fine. Even if we lose Obnixilis. We'll turn the Voldaren Bloodcasters into 3/3s, and then they'd have a lot more they have to deal with. Well, that leaves you 3 mana plus the Eska. 4? Alright, fight rigging is not gonna cut it. So now you have access to 2 mana. I think that's it. I mean, because we will block. I mean, this little duder's lot in life is just to die. Yep. So now we have 2 things that are 3s. And I think that's it. Well, that's juicy.
punishment is my entertainment.
We'll turn one of these into a bat, and we'll turn one of these into a bat. And we have all the damages here. All right, looks like that's it. Not too bad. Ooh, boy, what do we do with this? All right, let's keep it. Let's see what happens. This feels really bad, but there's only one way to find out. Sometimes you got to test the bad hands to see if they do anything. I think the answer is no, this doesn't do anything, but we got to find out. Maybe we'll get a turn 2 creature here. Hey, look at that. Right on time. Now let's see what the opponent does. Black Market Tycoon. Okay. So now we have a real question, right? Do we just play either Nighthawk or Florian? Or do we just make 2 Ob Nixilis here? And know that the opponent could have a 4-mana haste thing next turn and our life is miserable. Which is real. Either way, we're attacking with this. I mean, I guess we Florian. Alright, I'm gonna do this. Don't know how smart or good it is, but it's what we got. I mean, this might be too safe, in all reality. There's a chance we could have just gotten away with Ob Nixilis here and not had to worry about all this mess. But here we are. I think we attack with both of these because I'm kind of okay if we kill off the Witty Roastmaster. I probably shouldn't be. Actually, no. Let's just do this. Because we could just as well find like a Strangle or something. Alright, let's just attack with this. We'll get in for 2. We'll get to look at 2 extra cards. And maybe that sets something up. Roastmaster only deals to opponents. That's something else to note. Alright, so I think what I like to do here is if we don't get something to remove some creatures. Like if we get a cheap removal, we'll get rid of either of these, whether it's Bloodchief Thirst or Strangle. Then we will probably play Nighthawk Scavenger. If we don't, I think I just want to go ahead and play Immersturm Predator and go from there. Well, we got neither, so I guess it didn't really matter. All that plotting and planning for no reason at all. Ugh. Okay. Sure. Alright. They might take a point of damage. Nope. They're going to sack it? Nope. They're taking the damage. Alright. So they needed 5 mana here for something. Good news is we have flyers against a deck that doesn't generally have a lot of flyers. So that's pretty fantastic. If it's Goldspan Dragon, we can still just block with Immersturm Predator. Oh, we're going to do these combo-y shenanigans. Alright, well, we do definitely need to draw a removal card now. Or this is going to get real ugly. Alright, making another treasure token. So they can... I don't know. This is scary, though. If they have Birgi, we're dead next turn. So we've got to kill now the Ignis. Because that's a sorcery speed ability. Alright, that's some good-ish news, I guess. Alright. We're at 18. Oh boy. All right, we do have to be a little careful. We know there's this duder in hand, and currently they would be able to bounce this, but not be able to play both. Well, if they attack, we get hit with that twice, but that wouldn't really work. Okay. So we can attack for 5, 6. I mean, I guess we could attack with Florian too, just to dig deeper, and then still have a blocker and something. So like, all right, I guess I'm willing to gamble that. I mean, like, what else is gonna happen here? My opponent wants all their things. All right, so we will take a strangle and a strangle, I think. Oh, we only get one. That's why I'm thinking I'm going to get two. Probably just has to be strangle then, right? Yeah. Just double checking. I was looking at the other creatures and stuff. Like maybe we take an Epicure to have another blocker or something like that. But I think this is the bigger concern here. Then we'll just play that. And play this on red. And end the turn. Alright. I don't know if they can do some crazy combo shenanigans here. Oh, looks like they can. Yep, we're dead. Oh no, they don't have the other thing. I just killed it. Yeah. So Birgi's not gonna do it by herself. They'd have to have another. Do you have it? Is that the last card? I'm gonna be sick if it is. It was not. Alright. Alright, we'll keep it. Let's see what we're gonna do. It's probably just Blood Tithe. Is gonna be my guess, but you never know. Alright, we're at least gonna play this because it gives us the option to strangle if we feel we need it. It's actually kind of a tough call, right? Because if we Blood Tithe and we end up not needing it, then we get extra use out of Ob Nixilis, but at the same time, it wouldn't necessarily hurt to get rid of just a Voldaren Bloodcaster, but this is obviously some type of modified deck, which means there's going to be hasty boys in our future. Yep, and there's one of them. Right on time. Alright. Well, kind of start the parade of things that just get killed. Because I've seen that deck. I've built versions of that deck. Not with the Snowlands. But obviously they can just go ahead and fight here. My opponent? What would you like to do? I guess they're debating playing a creature or just using a Blizzard Brawl or something here. Well, they could do both now. Still be effective. I mean, if they just attack, I'm assuming we block. Yep. We would block there. That is for sure. I mean, obviously, we're going to block the Thundering Raiju. That is nifty, but does not help us. Definitely needed a land. I wanted to play both of these this turn, is what I was aiming for, but that's not a thing. So we're looking at a similar turn here with another Raiju. I wouldn't mind that. Then if we found an untapped land, we'd be able to kill off the Reckless Stormseeker. Still be at, like, I don't know, what would it be, around 10 life, but could still be serviceable to do some neat things. Alright, Stormseeker, Stormseeker. I mean, I guess we'll just kill the bigger Stormseeker. That's the only thing that makes sense here. Yeah, man, we're definitely just going to kill the one with the counter on it. Opponent did that right, though, by the way. Like, putting the bonuses on the other one, so I'm incentivized to try to block the more damage and leave them the one with the counter. So I actually kind of like how they did that. I just need them to not have removal and or oh well, they do have a way to pump their Stormseeker, so that doesn't help us at all. All right, well, that's a thing that happened. I think we just have to take it. 4 damage it is. Yep. No blocks. All right, come on, deck. That is helpful. Can we get away with attacking here? We're only at 9. No, we really can't. That's unfortunate. I mean, nah. I was just thinking, like, maybe we could do this. Just straight up play Obnixilis, get a 1/1 we could block with. Like, that's some type of time, but not really. All right. Yeah, just missing those lands for a couple turns. I don't know how we're going to get through this now. Because even if the opponent just has another land, you attack with your Lair of the Hydra, I can't block it. Well, technically, I can't even block it now, right? You turn it into a 3/3, and then it becomes a 4/4. I mean, I go to 5, and then we are back to the Obnixilis plan. Or 2 creatures, obviously, but, like, that might be it. Ooh, Ogre Jelly. That thing tramples, too. That's not going to be fun. This might be one of those cases where I play an Obnixilis just as a distraction. But, okay, we're going to go with this. And this. And see how the opponent feels. The attack with Ogre Jelly, it tramples, it'll be a 5. We block with the Bloodcaster is 4. But it doesn't matter, just come back as a 3/3. Unfortunately, we have to kill it as a sorcery. That's kind of our problem here. Yeah, I think we just take it. I mean, we're going to be looking for some other Blood Chief's Thirst or something anyway, if we don't. And even then, that's just to shrink it down to like a 2 or something to make it a manageable block. Like I say, if you got something to kill us, just kill us. I mean, we're dead if you got it. We are heavily on the struggle bus here. Okay. A little surprised they didn't do that pre-combat, but, I mean, they would only have 3 mana left, so, I mean, unless they found, like, exactly another Stormseeker, I guess it wouldn't have done much. But there's something there. They're at least thinking about it here. Oh, bruh, where were you at? You would have been real nice. All right, let's go see what we could find here. I mean, we're only at 4. We might just be dead anyway. But we got to try. Oh, opponent. You got some kill spells? I mean, if you do, we're just dead anyway, so it doesn't change anything. Oh, they're going to let us connect, I guess. Maybe. Okay. Anything good here? That's not good. Oh boy. We actually can't even cast anything out of our hand. Yeah, this is real bad. I mean, I guess we go ahead, see if we can find a Blood Chief Starseer, get rid of this, and just know we're not going to get to use our Harvester for anything relevant. I mean, it sucks, but it is what it is. Tough times. Oh, no! Also, should have left that up, because I have no 1 blue things I could cast, so that's a little tough. Got a little bit by the auto tapper, but doesn't greatly change things. Yeah, there's a lot of ways we die here, I'm pretty sure. There's a lot of not pleasant times here. Alright, that's going to become a 6. So I can say I just double block just to prevent some damage here. And then it would die to Death Touch. But we have to double block, sadly. I feel like. Well, not really. If we deal 2, we're going to go to 6, lose 3. Alright, maybe we don't have to double. Though if they kill it, we die, because then it just gets to trample anyway. Alright, so that didn't happen. So that's some good news. Would have been nice to have another creature to throw in the way, though, deck. I'm not going to lie. That would have been pretty convenient. Since 4 bears are no good for us, let's go ahead and just get... Well, now... Oh, they had another one. I was about to say, now that changes things. We'll be able to get rid of the smaller jelly, but that's not a thing anymore. All right. Oop, that's not good. That's real bad. Is there anything we can do here? Yeah, I guess this is all we can do. Let's see if we can find something. This is okay. I guess it could keep us alive. So that's not the worst thing. Let's put this on red. We could get rid of this, but the best we could do is make 2 1/1s. And these trample, so that doesn't solve anything. We actually have to do this, I think. And then go ahead and Epicure. And then end the turn. Yep, this is not the greatest sequence we've ever been faced with. Trying to figure out how the heck we're going to get out of this. I think the reality is if the opponent had just been attacking probably with their Lair of the Hydras, we're probably just dead. Commando Fake is cognizant. Well, that's a point. I mean, that still counts. Yeah, that's real. I think we're dead now. Yeah, now they're seeing it. Get in there with your tree. Yeah, I don't think there's any way we survive this. Literally, just activate your tree for like 3 or 4. And that's enough. Because the trample's going to get us. Because even if we use Epicure to block the tree, like we're going to have to take some combination of 3 damage. Just attack with everything. The only way we can survive is if they leave back the wolf. Like, if they attack with everything, we're dead. Yeah, exactly. All right, we're dead. Like, that's all it took. Oh, boy, what do we do with this? I mean, I guess we just have to mulligan this, sadly. We have a bunch of mana, but nothing that does anything. All right, this looks a little better. Let's keep this. Probably scrap this Evelyn. I don't even know. Like, I get that people want to play Evelyn, but honestly, I feel like in these builds, you'd be better off just playing Anja. Anja can at least like drain the opponent late in the game. And as a 4/5, like that's also a big thing. All right, I'm just gonna roll this out. Definitely looking for a land, untapped land next turn. Would be real nice. Let's see if it happens. It does. Still no blue mana, but I guess here we just attack. We'll play Ob Nixilis. Sacking this duder. And then we go 2.
Their adversary. Defy me, and you'll lose everything.
And 2.
My coin.
All right, so they got rid of 1, kept 1, which means they have some reasonable amount of lands in hand because they got rid of the mountain. Though they might be copying something. This might just be a mill deck. This might be a weird race. But since we don't have... you know what? I'm going to crack one of these and trust my instincts and see if we can find a blue land. Florian, you're all right.
Defy me, and you'll lose everything.
I'm gonna go to the next phase, so I don't pick and waste a card here. Since we didn't find any blue land, and then maybe next turn we'll get to see extra cards and get a land out of it. Now the good news is, if their plan was just to play burn down the house in the following turn, we'll at least be able to get these Ob Nixilis above 5. And if they just pay to mill us, I mean, I don't know, maybe if they could mill us, take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then mill us again. It depends. They could maybe do it if those are Tasha's. Well, no, Tasha, they just laughed at you couldn't. Actually, that's not true, unless it's the red one that copies. Because that foretells for 1 red, I think. So, possibly. There is a situation where it could happen, but they would have to basically have perfect here on back-to-back turns. And looks like that is not a thing. Oh, there we go. So it was a dual strike. And then I'm guessing it's Tasha's Hideous Laughter here, right? I mean, I guess either one. If it's the Maddening Cacophony or whatever it is, that's fine too. Okay, there you go. That's what gives them a shot here. Yep. Put us all the way down to 20 cards. We're going to do this. And we're going to get all of the damage we can in. So that we can hopefully find a blue land to use these negates. To keep us from dying. Alright, we have to take exactly that. Funny thing, there was only one choice there too. In the turn. Okay. So now if they try to duplicate the turn, we can at least just copy Dual Strike, I guess. And then we should survive at 18 cards, but, you know, should. We'll see how that goes. Galvanic Iteration. Let's stop that. All right. And then we're probably going to get Cacophonied for however many. Nope, just a Ruin Crab. I think we're okay here. We will kill a Ruin Crab. Or at least attempt to. Alright, there you go. Alright, we're keeping it. This is an interesting hand, at the very least. let's go with this instead. Thought I knew what I was going to do, but changed my mind. Alright, we drew Evelyn here. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the 3 because I want to get this down. And then next turn, Bloodcaster plus negate, I think is what we want. Okay. Boo to Apparition, but fair enough. We will deal with such things. Alright, attack. Cast this. And we end the turn. Next turn we get access to Evelyn, and then we just see what happens. Alright, another apparition. No, a Galagreeters. Okay. So this is some type of just like creature-based whatever. So our negate is terrible here. Like, negate literally is going to do nothing for our situation. Good to know. Yep. I ain't blocking. My turn. Ooh. That's nice. Don't know how I feel about this information, actually. Because part of me feels like we should kill Luminar Castment. The other part of me feels like we should block Galagreeters. However, we might be able to get tricky and just block one of those anyway next turn. So let's just attack with this. A little bit of an aggressive attack there, truthfully, because we could save both to block and would have made sense. Especially since we are definitely not the beatdown at this point. But at the very least, I'm assuming opponent's going to play a creature, get a counter on Galagreeters, pump Greeters. Okay, what do we got here? I mean, they are at a lot of mana. Okay, well, this is going to make blocking very difficult. Even for, I mean, Evelyn won't die, so that's good news, but otherwise, it's going to be tough. Problem is, they may not throw anything. And with us leaving the Nighthawk Scavenger back, I guess if they don't have Apparition, they just may not even attack. Because I wouldn't blame them. They just don't want to throw anything away to the Scavenger. Oh, opponent said, F it. We are going to throw something away to Scavenger. What you think about that? Well, I guess we kill an Aspirant? Alright. Hey, we did get a target for this. So that worked out nicely. Alright. Not the way I thought that was all going to go down, but here we are. Let's get rid of this. Alright, so now we're attacking for 5. We get to attack for 5. Get to use this to kill something next turn. Alright. Actually, because again, there could probably be another Wandering Emperor. Alright. Got to be a little bit conservative, because we are definitely not the beatdown here, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. Opponent has 2 potentially live cards still. One is an Elspeth, as it turns out. Elspeth can definitely go find another Apparition. And that would be problematic. Or you could just give something first strike here. That would be real. Looks like that's what they're going to do. Maybe you could give it flying. Nope, gave it first strike. Doesn't really change much, though, because we just take 4. Yeah. I mean, this was kind of our plan next turn anyway, is kill that to get that back, so meh. That is also pretty special. So now how do we feel? All right. And over here.
So much
We
for
get to
peaceful
sack
resolution.
this, kill this. Get a 3/3. Or 2/2, I guess. And, yeah, I'm going to end the turn. I think this is where we're going to try to play Evelyn, finally. I mean, obviously you get to turn that into a 3/3. We're probably just going to chump block, because this 2/2 doesn't do much. Actually, I don't know. We're at 11. Maybe we don't.
I know there's a hero inside you.
What are you going to do? Give it flying? Nope. Give it first strike. I feel like... You know what? F it. Let's see what you got. If I can save some damage, I save some damage. Was that it? Sweet that we got a land from the opponents. We get to play Strangle on probably just Elspeth. Actually, I know we might kill the greeters and just attack into Elspeth. If we get another 1-mana thing, we can just go off with all this. Yep, that'll do it. Alright, let's play Magic with this one. Let's get rid of this, sadly. And we're going to have to figure out what to do here. I kept this because we had the removal in hand. And it kind of opens the door for other opportunities, depending on what the opponent has. Like here, we still could play Epicure, play Bloodchief's Thirst. But looks like those cards are not going to be relevant to this scenario. Alright. And the turn. I guess we're playing against something that's not creature heavy. Unfortunately, it means our hand we kept is real bad. Which is super sad. Sometimes it works out that way, though. Alright, go to attack. I mean, at this point, we're just trying to keep damage, so sure. Like, we have nothing else, so we're kind of just defending what little bit we have. Alright. Now we're going to lose a creature? Nope. Try to attack now. They both lived. Alright, I guess I'm just going to let it go. Until I know what the opponent's playing, I don't totally want to get rid of these. I would be more inclined to get rid of Strangle here, just so we can still use the Bloodchief's Thirst on something else down the road. Ah, dang it. Oh, really, deck? Like, give us more bodies. What's the problem? I would much rather have more bodies here. Junji. Okay. Okay, well, we'll do what we can to get that out of the way. And get one of our things back? I mean, oh, we don't even have any. All of our stuff got exiled. I just realized that. Like, our stuff is dead. Or gone, actually, so. Alright. Well, hopefully they don't exile this and they just kill it, because then we can get it back. If they have another big body or they just reanimate Junji, we're dead, right? Maestros Charm. Alright. She dead. Alright. Try to get her back. Attack. I'll do it just because. Hopefully this is good enough. Turgid. We're not worried about Turgid. Alright. Alright. We're gonna keep this. And at this point in the video, I've also cut Maestros Charm just for Strangles. So that may be something, I don't know if I remembered to notate it in the video or not. But for those of you watching, you know what's going on. Let's go ahead and kill this. No point in giving the opponent any freebie easy outs here. See, we would have lost 6 cards right there. Nice and easy. Alright, so let's play something that probably gets bounced. Nope. They just let us have it. I guess that means they have another way to kill it. Here's iteration. Well, they can find one if they don't have it. I also realized our opponent's name is Commandalf. I don't know whether they were trying to get Commando Wolf and it was taken, or Command Wolf maybe. So they had to flip some letters. I don't know what happened there. Commandalf. The opponent's not really milling us, so I'm trying to figure out like how much time do we have. I guess we play this. If you got another kill spell, sure. I'm down. And then we just play both of these next turn. They did not have it, so they got a copy spell. Okay, Fading Hope, sure. We'll take that. This can just go on black at this point, and we will go for both these. Alright. If you want to sweep the board, now's the time, opponent. Man, look at how much we would have lost. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 30. We'd have lost like 15 cards already to that damn crab if we weren't careful. All right, we go all the way down to 22. Good news is that's still not dead. Oh, I was hoping. Okay, Epicure. I will actually take that. Mostly because this lets us get a creature back if they do sweep the board. I know it's a little bit defensive, but I'm alright with it. And then we can do this. And then end the turn. So if the opponent does sweep the board, we can save an Immature Predator, we can get back this, and we can try to kill them in 2 turns. Pass. They did not have anything? Getting the forebear feels scary here, but maybe it's the correct answer. Okay. They're still holding priority. Go to attack. Remove this, I guess. Really? Wow. We get to look at 88 bajillion cards. I guess we just take this. I mean, like, it's kind of the most obvious. See if you counter this first. All right, cool. I mean, we could have done it with Epicure too. So I don't know, y'all. I'm a little torn here, right? I was able to make a version that finally worked with Grixis Vampires, but I really wasn't playing any of the new Vampires. Matter of fact, I think Evelyn only really helped me win 1 game I was going to otherwise lose. So that made me even less excited about it. And the more I thought about it, I was like, could I just replace Evelyn and like 1 other card and just play 2 Anja? Because 1, Anja's cheaper to cast. It's less blue we have to, though we could use the black in Evelyn's cost. But it is 1 less to cast. It's a 4/5, so it's a much bigger body. And then all those treasures we're able to pile up, we can just be draining the opponent. So we can just have another way to end the game, right? And sometimes that could be 6 or 8 damage in 1 turn. And that just is more exciting to me, I think. I don't think I really need Evelyn in the deck, which is very sad. So I think the final version is probably just going to have Anjas, y'all. And yeah, so I know people are probably looking for a way to play more of the new cards, but really outside of Ob Nixilis, I don't think it really needs the new ones. They're neat, but honestly it feels like I'm just putting more pressure on the mana for nothing, and I'll just leave the blue in for negates because those were actually very good. So that's probably what you're going to see in the final list, and sorry to say that because it feels like we really didn't get the excitement I was hoping to get out of it, but sometimes I guess that happens. This is at least a playable version. Now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Captivating Vampire. This card's actually pretty sweet because it was a bit underplayed when it was standard legal, but it's still sought after by a lot of people who want to play vampire theme decks, and it actually got a little bit of a boost after all the stuff came out for the last Innistrad set. So yeah, this thing's pretty sweet. You're still going to see it for about $9 out in the world if you want to pick one up, but being able to just tap vampires to steal something else is pretty damn cool. So this is one of those cards that people don't necessarily know about, but if you're playing vampires, you probably want to pick one of these up. It's actually pretty sweet. Also, I just realized another reason I think Anja is a little bit better is every time you have a vampire come to play, it creates another blood token, which also triggers some of the other cards, so I think that's actually in our best interest. So yeah, Anja's definitely going to be the right card. But that aside, if you like today's deck list, it will be down in the description below with those couple of changes. And then also, please, if you haven't done it yet, remember to check out the memberships. That's actually pretty important. It helps me out. I really appreciate y'all. We had a couple of new members come on. And if you like theme decks, I'm going to toss another one up here for you to check out. So that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.